Alright. So now, put the gears back in there. So, take our gear set, I'm just going to pull this off. This would be good because we're going to very carefully slide this thing back in into the grease. Beautiful. Take our shim. Clean that up. Actually, we're going to put the spacer in first. So we got a shim and we got a spacer. Spacer went. This up. Goes in there. And this might be a little difficult to put back in. It'll work. Don't have a, I do have a mallet somewhere. Where is it? My mallet. There it is. We gotta clean this place up. Clean this place up. My brass punch, tap it down a little more, make sure it's seated. Ooh, she got heavy. And she's turning. And that's all we have to do for that. Next thing we'll do, we're going to put our bearing cap back on. Factory bearing cap. Get that off. Use that later. Okay, now what I'm going to do is hit these gears. So make sure there's no crap in there. Alright, so now we'll use the Speed 6 shaft. Again, you can see the difference. If I hold them like that, you could see the height difference. Can you see that? So that's the difference. And I believe the Speed 6 is a little bit longer also. Covered that. Alright. Oh, right in the cut again, guys. I don't know why I keep doing that. Oh, yeah. Feel the burn. Home workout. So this guy's going to go in here, like so. So now that we're clean, let's get this out of our way. Take some fluid here, and I'm going to just want to get. I want to put this in dry. Put it in dry. Alright. And we'll slowly put our new shaft in, line it up, and it has a snap ring just like a CV axle, so it's going to require just a little love tap. That's why there's two seals. Okay, so one seal is for the this main shaft, and the other seal is for the. That's all that requires. The other seal is for the this little shaft. Yep. Yep. There she goes. She is inside. And we're nice and sealed. Looks good. Alright. Looks good. Looks good, looks good. That looks good. Shouldn't do anything to this side, I just clean the silicone off of it. Let's get her back together. She can dry overnight. And then I gotta stuff it back in the car. Take one more quick look at this guy. Everything looks good in there. Alright. Touch the bottom. Light up these towels. So, we look, that's the shaft. It's got an inner seal. This is the outer seal. This is for this big shaft right here. Your half shaft. On this side, we've got our inner seal, which is the LN01-27238. This is the shaft that has a different size than the CX7. Okay. This outer seal right here was the LN01-27514. And then the inner one for the shaft was the 398, which was, let me get you the old part number on that. That guy was, well, it's LN01-27398. Our last seal is right here. That's going to be for our drive shaft flange. So, now what we're going to do is I'm going to clean off this. This flange right here. There's no sealant on this edge, we just want to clean it. Take this is the Speed 6 one, I want to clean the shaft. We don't want no goobers in there. Okay. And then I'm going to take some gear oil. So I'm going to put that in dry. And I'm not doing the bearing. There's a bearing on this half shaft. And there's a seal here. This is easily changed in the car if it ever goes bad. This one feels fine. 15 foot-pounds on that also. So, there it is. We have the CX7 case. All you need to do is swap these two shafts and the seals. You might as well do all the seals while you're in there because you know, if you're going that far into it, you might as well. Because this is not fun to take out of the car. But also we have to do the drive shaft flange. I forgot about that. Get the stuff out of the way and I'll show you how to do that. This is just like a differential, so there is a crush washer in here. If you put that flange back on and over torque it, you will know. Take this thing, put it upside down, and that noise right there that you're hearing, and you wiggle this back and forth, it's the backlash on your gears. So now people said, this is what I read online, they said you could reuse this with longer bolts, but I'm not going to do that. I have a new seal, which might be a pain in the ass to get out. So we're going to check the resistance of how this turns with an inch-pound torque wrench. We're going to take this off. We're going to take our Speed 6 one, and we're going to replace it. Let me see if you guys can see this. So with the gauge type inch-pound torque wrench, if I get you out of the light, if you watch the orange gauge, you can see when I pull on this, you can see it move before the flange even moves, and that's going to tell me how many inch-pounds it takes to turn this thing. And we're looking at 10 inch-pounds about. That's about right. Usually it's around 12-ish. Hopefully this thing just pops right off. I don't mean the nut, because that comes off easy. There's a washer in here. Oh, yeah, came off easy. You got a washer and a nut in your CX7 flange. We'll put that aside. Now, the reason why I say change the seal is who knows how this flange is compared to the Speed 6. There could be a slight difference. We don't want that thing leaking. Grab this. So, we have our Speed 6 one, same washer, same nut. We'll reuse the one for the CX7, not that we have to, just in case. Right. Now, the trick is going to be to get the seal out. This should be kind of easy. I'm going to turn this around. Hammer the shit out of this thing. Not that I want to, but because I have to. This. Before I do that, let's just make sure I do have the right seal. Can't turn on this. Looks good. She's right. Caving the side a little bit, it is coming. A little bit, but I don't. Here we go. Force it yet. So we'll work it around. And I mean, you know, this is another seal you could change in the car, but the drive shaft's going to be in your way, so. You just tap this around the side. Flange. Clean the surface all up. And there is grease on that, but a little bit of oil on it. Right, and just like that. Washer the nut. We're not going to blaze this on with the impact. A little bit, but not a lot. Oh. See what we got there. Pretty good. And that feels good. I'll hit that. I got it on low torque. Something inside me. Oh. Yep, so that looks good. So I'm happy with that. My Speed 6 transfer case had a little more backlash, and I wonder what was up with that. Anyways, guys, so that's what I did. You know, check the torque, and turning this, it feels just like it did before. Got the new seal in. I'll let this dry up, and before I put it in the car, I'm going to fill it because it's a pain in the ass to fill it when it's in the car. There are a few write-ups on how to take that transfer case out when it's in the car. If you look up the write-up on Mazdaspeed.org, you can see where the guy's taking the flange off in the car. It's not fun to do that in the car, guys. The only thing holding mine in there where I couldn't get it out was the downpipe. I took the downpipe out and this thing fell right out. I want to get this back and going because Purple Drank sent me a new tune. We're in the stages where we're going to watch the injector duty cycle. So we'll increase the target boost pressure 2 pounds to 23 psi, and we'll start logging the injector duty cycle. So can't wait to get this thing back together. I'll send him some logs, and we'll max out the fuel system on this thing, and hopefully nothing else goes really wrong with it. The only thing in stock is the tranny. Knock on wood. Alright, so till then.